Good morning. Welcome to Erie Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. I was scouring the internet, just looking around, see what other people are saying about the United States from other countries. And a lot of the overriding theme seems to be our Second Amendment rights, guns. These countries and their people just absolutely abhor gun ownership, don't understand the Second Amendment, and basically condemn us and saying we're barbarians, we kill all these people, their murder rate and everything else. And a lot of it is tragic. It shouldn't be happening. Chicago, you read about it nonstop. And other parts of the country, and you look at videos in New York where people have absolutely lost their minds, and you have law enforcement and district attorneys not enforcing the law, letting these people go to commit horrendous crimes once again. And you have people, and I'll use this as an example, in Australia who surrendered their guns to the government in a buyback. And my issue is the government never bought it. How can they buy it back at a fraction of the price that I paid? And saying, oh, we bought back your guns, surrender them. It's not a request. It is an order. And every time we have a tragedy here, like in Texas or Buffalo, we get the same calls from the same people, not only here in the United States, but around the world. And there's a reason why we have a First Amendment that has been eroded by big tech censorship and by being shouted down by the unhinged minds of the left. The Second Amendment is under assault once again, every day, each and every day, by the same people that censor our First Amendment and shout us down when we try to have a reasonable conversation with these. But the people, as in Australia, say, oh, well, you shouldn't have a gun, trust the government. I wonder how many people trusted the government when they were locked up against their will in COVID camps in Australia, put there on just the suspicion they had COVID, even though they've tested positive. Nope, we're locking you up. You have to lose your job. You're going to be locked up in an apartment that we provided for you. You can't go anywhere except out on the porch, and if you cross a line, you're going to have more time added onto your sentence. We'll bring you food, and we'll allow you conversation with people when we say it's okay. How well did that go over? I can tell you it would go over like a lead balloon here, and it's been tried. How about the people in China? The people in Shanghai? Those people aren't allowed guns. The government has all the guns, and they are oppressed beyond belief. Do as I say, when I say, how I say, and we may let you travel out of town. We may let you buy groceries because we control your money. We control your ESG, economic, social growth, governance, whatever you want to put it on. We control your money flow. So when you're suspected of having COVID in Shanghai and you are locked into your apartment with whatever food you have, there are iron bars being welded across the exits and gates placed around your complex, and you are screaming out your window, we need food, we need water, we're starving here. I wonder how many people wish they had a Second Amendment right to say, no, we're not being locked up to starve to death on a suspicion of a COVID virus. How many people in India saying, hey, I wish I had a Second Amendment right when I'm being beaten to death by fanaticals who believe in Islam, and I have a different point of view, a mob of them coming into my hometown on the whisper. I may have insulted the prophet, dragged out of my house, beaten, set ablaze, on fire, to die or stoned to death, just on a whisper, a rumor. How many people wish they had a Second Amendment right? And now the government says, well, we went after the 30 people and we're waiting to hear. And 8 years later, they get a sentence, finally. The Second Amendment is there for a reason. The Second Amendment is to defend yourself as well as your country. For those people who may not understand it, there's a lot of people that own guns that are law-abiding citizens that never use their weapon in any capacity at all. They may take it out, shoot at a couple targets saying, yeah, I'm good. Put it away, wipe it down, never see it again. There's other people that use it for hunting, for sport, for clay shooting. I used to shoot, trap, and skeet, and I love doing that. So guns have a purpose, and they're a tool. And just like everything else, you have people that abuse that privilege, that make the headlines in foreign countries. And the people that are in government don't want you to see that. They don't want you to say, wait a minute, I oppose you, and now I have the will to back up my voice, as well as people standing behind me saying, no, you are not going to lock me up. No, you are not going to steal my food. No, you are not going to harm my family. No, you are not going to trespass on my property to do me harm, because you feel that it is your privilege to walk on our property and commune with nature. No, you're not going to be able to do that. I can yell and holler, get off my property all I want. But if they look at you and say, I have a gun and you don't, how far do you think I'm going to do? Do you think harsh language is going to change their mind? No. I'm grateful this Memorial Weekend for those warriors who have sacrificed not only their lives, their body parts, their mental well-being, the time away from their family, the time away from this great country, to give me the opportunity to speak like I'm doing now, and to say to those people that tried to sneak up on our house last night dressed in black, that didn't make it real far, and their pictures will be turned over to the authorities, I say thank you. Thank you for giving me this right to say what I want to say, to defend not only my country, my home, my family, my faith, but my neighbor as well, should he come under siege by unjust forces. So I say to you people around the world and here in the United States, you could say, let's have common sense gun laws. I say to you, I have common sense. And I'm using my gun with the just and the right common sense to live free and enjoy this sunrise, drink my cup of coffee in peace, and be grateful and thankful for what I have and what others have sacrificed for me. You think about that. Appreciate your comments. Get yourself right with God. Ask for forgiveness for your sins. Get baptized in water, submerged. Be born again. Become one of the group, one of the flock. Greg out.